test, leading to a remarkable discovery for 4 women, learning that their similar looks were far more than just a coincidence. They're going to join us live in a moment, but first, here's their story. This is a photo nearly 50 years in the making. In the 1960s in Seattle, Washington, twins Rochelle Dyer and Christelle Harrington grew up happy and healthy, adopted by loving parents when their birth mother couldn't take care of them. Across the country in Virginia Beach, sisters Lisa Van and Shannon Nickel were born a few years after those twins and never suspected their family might be bigger than they thought. In 2004, and perhaps a divine twist of fate, Rochelle moved to Virginia Beach herself, bizarrely enough becoming friends with women who knew Shannon, everyone commenting on how the two looked alike. Shannon and Rochelle meeting once, posing for this photo together at a Kenny Chesney concert, but never thinking their similarities might be anything but a coincidence until last year when Rochelle took an Ancestry.com DNA test to look into her ethnicity and discovered DNA matches. She made contact with a first cousin named Tracy, who gives her shocking but amazing news. She and her sister Christelle have 2 half-sisters. Yep, Shannon and her sister Lisa. Which brings us back to this photo, the 4 all meeting for the first time just 11 days ago. Rochelle, Christelle, Shannon, and Lisa are joining us now. And you know what I love? You're grabbing the tissues already. You're getting ready to let it go. And as we heard in the piece, Rochelle and Christelle, you both grew up in Seattle. And Lisa and Shannon, you both grew up in Virginia Beach.
Right.
Where Rochelle, you now live in Virginia Beach. And after all these years, there's no way you saw this coming.
Oh, never. You couldn't make it up.
Even when they said we looked alike, I just thought, you know, everybody has a twin out there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you do.
You actually do.
And Lisa and I had no idea at all that our mother had even given birth to twins in the past.
Right.
And they knew that they were adopted all these years, so for us it was pretty mind-blowing. So it wouldn't have even crossed our minds that we were really sisters.
We probably had siblings somewhere.
And you all really just met less than 2 weeks ago. Like all 4 of you together less than 2 weeks ago. So how was that first initial meeting with all 4 of you?
Amazing.
I
get like this.
Yeah, now it's good to meet.
So what similarities do you notice?
Oh, our laugh.
Our kids, my kids, when we were at dinner and Rochelle and I started laughing, they both like put their hands over their mouths and were looking at each other and like everybody thinks everybody looks like somebody, but she looks so much like my mom. So when I see her, it makes me think of her.
And go ahead, I'm sorry.
Her kids stared at me the whole time we were at dinner. Because they couldn't believe how much I looked like their grandmother and their mom.
And sadly, she passed away a year and a half ago, so we didn't get to meet her.
So she never had a chance to see this reunion?
No. Well, she sees us.
She sees us.
She sees it,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I know Shannon and Rochelle, you two met 10 years ago.
Oh.
Because a friend said, oh, you look alike, and you were going to Kenny Chesney concert. You took that picture that we saw in the piece. What goes through your mind now, knowing that you were sisters and didn't know it back then?
I mean, we would have done things a little bit different.
It explains so much.
But the crazy thing was that the 2 friends that kept telling her that we looked alike were my childhood best friends. And I grew up across the street. Lisa and I grew up across the street from them. And so here she is, and I did my student teaching at the school where she teaches, but we were out there at the same time.
Oh, and she just got remarried this summer in Washington State where I live. And
the best friends were out there for the wedding, and they were liking all the photos on Facebook.
What pretty wedding?
They were liking them.
oh, isn't that a pretty wedding?
Pretty bride.
Pretty bride. You guys, you really have all just been together, all 4 of you, within the last 2 weeks. Yeah. You can tell there's love here. This, you know, a lot of emotions come with this, but there's like complete love here.
We've known each other forever. Yeah. That's what it feels
last night we were at dinner and we started laughing. And I just looked at everyone and I said, 3 weeks ago we didn't even know you existed. I didn't know you.
And now look at us.
You're likely to get a word in edgewise.
Hey, I kind of like it. Makes my job easy. I just sit here, let you go. So, where do you go from here? What's in the future? Because you have kids and a lot of familiarities to bring together.
Holidays will be
fun.
different.
Yes.
For us, with losing mom recently, she was Thanksgiving, she was Christmas, she was all of those things and made us everything. So there's been that void there, but now we feel like we have a piece of her. So,
I may need a tissue. You keep this up.
It's hard with one of us being so far away.
Yeah, and we have our family that we grew up with, and we have 2 younger brothers, and
which is such a great part of the story, because to know that they had a good life.
right.
Oh, we did.
Well, I tell you what, it is a great story. It's great to have the 4 of you here. We wish you continued love and everything in your family.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
Really, really appreciate it. All right, Jenny, we're going to go from the love over here to the love we have for you.
Yeah, Hamlin's Kleenex over here. I'm with you. How about we do this? I know a lot of people are feeling like this has been a really long winter. How about we just dive into March, shall we?
Yeah.